team against the University of Oklahoma, who's going to be bringing, quite literally, their A team. I'm Nito. I'm joined by Mewtwo on the mic on the other end of this metaphorical microphone.
Oh, hello, Nito. It's first time commentating together, and I'm really excited that both of us get to be on the mic at the same time, especially for a PSU match. I personally am looking forward to watching PSU, but also OU Academy A because they're kind of playing under some very weird circumstances right now.
So, we're going to transition to the CCA weather forecast real quick, or the weather station real quick. So far, we're under the impression that the OU is currently under a tornado warning, so they have decided they're going to play anyway, which I highly respect, but I also question whether or not this will affect the way the stream goes. But, you know what? Enough of that. Everyone's here, both teams. We've got a matchup to come, and we've got a game 1 to start with. That's going to be on Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway.
Yeah, so I think this map is pretty. I think this map mode is a pretty interesting one. I think the last time I commentated this, it went into overtime and the Rainmaker carrier just got absolutely assassinated. So I think this map can be very fun for Zuka users. I definitely know Vapor is a big fan of Zuka's from what I could tell from being on the team with him, and I'm very excited to see what OU Academy A brings to the table tonight.
And of course, on the other side of this match, we've got Penn State, a team with lots of history behind them in the CCA side of things. I believe, wow, I'm not doing well with coughs today, so I'm going to go ahead and apologize to the stream right now. And I'm going to cough at least more than, I want to say, the over/under. I'm going to put it at maybe over 12, but enough of cough betting. It's time to get to the matchup, which is going to start, like I said, game 1 on Rainmaker Undertow Spillway. Both teams ready to go.
Okay, as we see outside of PSU Blue triple, I'm very scared. I'm very curious as to why they're running this, but look at OU Academy A running that pencil range blaster comp, something that they are known for, flanked by that double shot, so we're going to see a lot of Zukas this game, Nito.
Goodness, that is, I'm counting it, that's 5 shooter weapons on this team. If you haven't seen enough of the shooter comps, we definitely gonna now. And I think this is gonna be, actually though, the explosion specialty, that's one weapon they've been for the longest time of OU. We've got more or less the same. They actually have range blast them. That range blast is gonna do a lot of damage. Can do a lot with the wait for CC's blast from Destructo, who does a very good job getting teammates. Does a great job with 2v1s here. I think it's gonna be some exciting stuff to see.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it appears that we see the Zap in mid playing for that cooler. We see just a bunch of team play happening in mid right now, and currently, well, I'm not gonna lie, I can't really see much. Maybe Zuka's broke the stream, but I think the large amount of Zuka and I think the large amount of shooters really just made the stream go bye-bye. I think Nintendo's trying to look at the patch notes and make a quick fix right now.
Maybe the stream has something to say about the meta, and that's going to be all talk outside of the commentary booth, I think. But then again, I'm very open about things. But so far from what I've been able to tell, things have been starting to go on into a neutral battle here, except we got a few images from the stream here. I believe OU, both teams have broken past the first checkpoint. Penn State currently holds the lead, but not by much, just because they got stopped at the checkpoint there. So both teams doing pretty well on the offensive side, but both teams have been able to respond to each other really well here. OU getting a double on Penn State, but Penn State looks like they're going to be able to continue this push so far.
Yeah, we see Hypnova and Vapor currently fighting the shot in mid, and it looks like PSU Blue is still pushing the Rainmaker very far, getting it to 24, which is a great lead for them. OU Academy is certainly going to have to keep gonna have to make a huge push to happen right now. but I think now is
That
the start of an
is
OU
start
Academy A push.
indeed. It looks like, but with how far State has been able to go with these last few pushes, it seems like Penn State's going to have a very dominant presence here in this game. We've yet to see how OU responds with this. They've gotten past the checkpoint, which is going to make it a little bit easier for them to get themselves close to the lead, possibly get themselves into striking distance. Halfway past the match to go. It looks like they've lost 2 players already. This is going to be a bit more of a struggle for OU as their push comes to an end. Penn State has the opportunity to respond.
Yeah, true. Zuka's really ready whenever, and OU Academy A just really has 2 guys that need that day to contest with, but also on top. Academy A might wet them, and I think they definitely need to rely on more in order to get the coolers to push.
Absolutely, there's a lot that pencil can do, not only with that special, but with how that weapon is designed. I mean, I'm surprised there is a full capacity magazine weapon in Splatoon. That way, if you miss a few shots, that means you've got 2 shooter weapons, you've got a range blaster. That's a lot of backing up you can do, a lot of assists you can make there. But that is going to be huge for the side of OU, but they're still struggling to find themselves past this. Holding on tight. So that CCA Twitter account. So it seems like they're still doing pretty well. 47 seconds to go, and they are holding on strong.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a constant struggle in mid right now. No team really has complete control. We see Kibi on, I believe, PSU Blue's low flank, trying to make something happen. And as we see, it appears that OU Academy A was really trying to make a real good push right now, but PSU Blue was able to stop them just barely by the skin of their teeth. Looking at the 6-point difference between OU Academy A and PSU Blue, OU Academy A is 2 down. Vapor through the storm out, and they're going to let the Rainmaker just reset back into mid. Oh, but no, they grab it, and the game 1 is going to PSU Blue.
Yeah, that was going to be almost a very dangerous reset there. I don't at that point, even if OU gets somehow gets into overtime somehow gets into overtime, then I think Penn State proved very well there. And OU got to the 30 remaining point. Penn State still held on strong, so I don't know. It's tough.
Their season, losing 3-4 to the VCU Big Fat Sea Cows and OU Academy A. You know, just kind of cruising into these playoffs positions with their last 2 matches being a 4-2 against Drexel and 4-1 against Banana Split, respectively. And as we see, PSU Blue just needs to, their keys to victory lock in, listen to each other in combo specials. That's definitely something Vapor would write, so I would know. And compared to OU Academy A's keys to victory, force my team to copy Area Cup strategies, force my team to play meta weapons, and have Destructo carry us. Truly what you expect from a Division 1 CCA team.
Force my team to play meta weapons. I mean, that... At least you're honest about it. That's all I could really say. But Penn State looks like they've got a bit more structure maybe to their keys to victory. Lock in, listen to each other, combo specials. That is extremely important, and especially when you have a special like Inkstorm on the side of Vapor with that X-Blow. Or at least sometimes it's rain, sometimes it's probably going to be Splashdown. Might be Splashdown. You know more about this than I do. But right now, with what I saw with the rain, there's definitely some opportunities there that we can see from these specials as we get to Game 2, which is going to be Clan Blitz on Museum D'Alfonso. We'll see what weapons they pull out here and see how they can work with each other. That's going to be 2 gals actually on the side of Penn State, and OU opting to stick with more of the same. They keep those 2 Zukas, and actually might be the regular blaster. No, that's still range. That's still range.
Yeah, very, very interesting comp change on the side of PSU. You went from 3 shots to 1 shot, but now 152 gal and 196 gal who are obviously trying to perform some crack and cheese. We see 1 down in mid, 2 down on the side of PSU Blue, 2 down on OU Academy A, 3 down on PSU Blue, and it might just be a wipe right now. The last one's Vapor, and they might try to start pushing him on the plat. Vapor is desperately trying to play defense before their team can just come back in and get a 3 down on OU Academy A. What a great
and
stop by
stay
PSU.
holding on strong against OU, and what could have been very dangerous there for PSU Blue. As we see Nick here start to make a move up. Actually, almost all of Penn State starting to make a move up. They know the opportunity right in front of them. Both teams though going 2 players down. Lestructo and Nowhere ready for whatever they might bring. Lestructo though goes down quickly. Snow is also getting ready to push. I mean, they have 1 power clam in there, 7 for J. This is going to be a huge push if they can get this down. But Snow gets a little bit too eager there, goes down. 3 players are surrounding them. Here comes Azuka from Imperial trying to get something going, or at least 1-2 few picks. But ultimately cannot find, those strikes cannot find the target. Both teams are still looking at a bit of a neutral battle here until Snow is able to say something about it. 2 players down, courtesy of Snow. 3 players actually.
Yeah, make that 3. Looks like 2 of the players were unable to find Snow, and he just got the delayed quad. Very good play by Snow, and it looks like PSU Blue were just able to score. They weren't really able to capitalize on Snow's kind of delayed quad. They're only getting 1 power clam, and we see Vapor by the block. Jumping out, he realizes that it's not a safe time to throw in my clams, and they will just create another opening later because of how strong their offense was.
Very strong indeed, and especially strong with Snow, proving to be so resilient here in this offensive attack. There are 3 players down already. Lestructo, left to their own devices, goes down almost quickly there. And Penn State looks like they're back on top yet again with the numbers advantage and possibly with another push on the way here. Watch for Snow, as Snow might be getting ready to use that block here. Actually gonna get tried. Pretty good way gonna get to that enemy spinner, but we see 2 players going down on the side of Penn State. OU knows this game is still within striking distance with halfway of the game down. OU knows they can still get something together, and claw their ways through to the lead.
Yeah, definitely, and I believe, if you really look at it, it seems that OU Academy A does have a cooler compared to PSU Blue that lacks the cooler, but PSU Blue just plays so much faster than OU Academy A with this constant pressure that they have. We see Snow again already trying to rush the plat of OU Academy A already. This man is just relentless, this man is fearless, and this man is kind of hot.
I mean, you might know more about it than I do. I don't know. I definitely don't know, so I'm probably going to take your word for it, but so far so good for Snow, who is able to get a few more picks down. That's going to make it even easier for Penn State, and that triple makes it all the more easier. Nowhere left their own devices. They're trying to defend these. Basket there isn't able to do so before. Penn State gets them up to 43 remaining. That is a huge lead now. That lead went from 80 remaining to almost a bit of a mountain to climb here for Oklahoma, as they have yet to score a point with this matchup quickly approaching 1 minute remaining. You have to wonder if there's some desperation, or if they're starting to feel desperation, but they're starting to feel something alright, because they've got 3 players on the side of PSU Blue. OU is starting to look for their first push of the game, and this could be a big one if they can keep everyone up. There's already 2 players down, but Kibi able to respond. They've got some more pushes on the way. They've got 2 power clams. This could be big for Oklahoma.
Yeah, it appears that Snow got a little too eager trying to rush into them, and it looks like PSU is going to pay with 2 down. Looks like OU Academy, I believe, got 2 power clams in, but they don't really have much follow-up. It's 57 to 43. If they could get this jump in, it will be huge. They get the lead. It's 37 to 43 in favor of OU Academy A. It looks like 2 are down on the side of PSU Blue, but they might keep this push going.
And just when we thought PSU Blue could lock this one down, Oklahoma responds in the nick of time. Almost 30 seconds left on the clock, and now they're at 28 remaining, responding with a big push just when they needed it. PSU Blue is going to start to look at this and saying, now we're in the zone of desperation here. Now we're going to need to be the ones making the big pushes. We've seen how good Oklahoma is at the defensive side of things until Penn State was able to win that game 1 over them, but they've seen 2 players going down already. Penn State holding a numbers advantage for now. The game's going to quickly go into overtime. We see 3 players down already. It's going to be up to Nowhere on that Sniper Rider, who goes down as well. That penalty points are going to go away very quickly. The lead goes away quickly too, and Penn State survives a scare, bringing them up to 2-0.
That certainly was scary, but then again, you look at all the specials they had on board at the beginning of overtime, I believe, and they just had all of their specials ready. They had the whales, they had the Kraken, which was very, very helpful for punching those holes into OU Academy A's face. And I believe OU Academy A just kind of got a little desperate. We as the at the beginning of the push, you saw Destructo try and jump down and try and find a pick on the ball before they were able to, before they went down. We saw the Zukas firing at the stray ball instead of the active ball carrier. And I think they just kind of got overwhelmed with all the pressure that PSU was giving them. But then again, props to OU Academy A. They had the cooler ready, and when they made that giant push, the main reason behind it, the driving force, was that cooler, and then that allowed them, the OU Academy 8, to see red for just a little bit and find all of those picks necessary. But unfortunately, they were unable to close out the game.
Well, I wanted to see if forcing the team to play meta weapons could work this time. Spot zones on Robo Ramen, that's going to be a lot of sneaky spots for them to play with, especially with Penn State, with how well Snow has been able to do, going around to the sides there and causing absolute chaos on the side of Oklahoma. But I want to look at these recent results here. So far, the only loss Penn State has gotten is to Big Fat Sea Cows, which is another very strong contender in these Division One within these Division One teams. So it's certainly not too shabby when you take them to a Game 7. Penn State looking at that 4-1 record and saying that's not going to tell the whole story. But Oklahoma holds a similar record. They are going to come in with 4-1, and it looks like they're certainly playing and bringing Penn State to a bit of a scare web as well in that last game. We're going to see what they can bring out on Game 3.
Looks like PSU Blue sticking to that comp that they won with last game, except look at Nikki. Instead of playing the 96 Gal deck, we just see the vanilla 96. And as we see on OU Academy A, they brought out their Gal and their Dually, so I think we're becoming more and more meta by the game.
Closer and closer to just seeing a sniper rider and triple shot from both teams. But so far, Penn State is going to say we don't need that because we still have our trustworthy comp. OU already 3 players down. Yes, the signature sprinkler. They're going on top of mid, by the way, as we see Penn State taking very aggressive positions here, trying to look for a lockout of sorts. They do at least have 1 player down, but they've got 2 players down themselves. Imperia is going to start to make some quick work of that crab. Might be able to get the zone here if they don't see any more contesting from Penn State. It's going to be a close one. They're still contested, though. As we see, Penn State actually takes control of the zone. Jay is able to get a clutch pick here with the Trizuka. Great stuff here from PSU Blue as they continue to hold on to the zone and get themselves closer to 100 to KO.
Yeah, we see Jay taking a fight with the range blaster. Hopefully he alerted his teammates to his presence, and they take out the range blaster, which is very big. And it looks like one goes down on the side of PSU Blue, but one goes down on the side of OU Academy A, which is not what you want to see. We see the crab from Imperior trying to paint the zone, but the range blaster does go down on landing, and the Gal goes down as well for OU Academy A. It is not looking good for them right now.
Penn State that much closer to an absolute KO. They have got it 3-0. More convincing than ever. Penn State holds on strong against OU Academy A. They're up 3-0, which isn't quite match point. This is going to be a playoff game, so they've got a best of 9 to look forward to. But you gotta imagine, things are certainly looking good on the side of Penn State. Their VC must be completely bright right now. I mean, OU looking just a little bit like they're struggling.
Yeah, like that game just, in my opinion, did not feel close. Every time OU Academy A just got into mid, they were able to neutralize the zone, but they were unable to cap the zone, and that just kind of shows the amount of painting power that PSU has with Vapor on the Explosher, and they are able to, Nikki with that VAC is able to completely shut down anyone trying to fire at the zone from OU Academy A, and just retaliate back with painting the zone themselves with a potentially fully loaded VAC. So as we see here, back to those keys to victory, maybe, forcing your team to play more meta weapons. Like we said, we see the Gal and the Dualies. Maybe we could have Destructo, switch from that range blaster to maybe like a splatter shot, be the Zuka bot for the team. Take that sacrifice.
It's starting to sound like Splatoon 2 play. Like, we're just going to have someone be the Ink Armor bot or something. But, I mean, I want to point out something very ironic here. We see in the little stat sheet that one of their best modes is Splat Zones. Which I should have mentioned that previous matchup, and by the way, both teams are already ready, going straight into Game 4 on Tower Control Mana Maria, but it's worth noting that actually one of PSU Blue's best modes is Tower Control, so if Game 3 was any sign, Game 4 should be another walk in the park for Penn State.
Yeah, and as we see for Penn State's comps, we see Nova sub back in, I believe, for Snow and no, wait, for someone, and for Nikki, and it appears that Jay is on a vanilla roller. I suppose Jay is a man of many weapons. Many weapons. And as we see one goes down on the side of PSU, we see Jay pushing him with that roller, trying to find someone, and it looks like he is unable to, and he just gets picked off immediately. The last one is Snow, who is just coming out of their spawn. Destructo's on that range blaster, who has a cooler buff ready, and then it looks like Snow just cannot contest a range blaster with that kind of height advantage, and with the splash damage that it provides. And we see the Wave Breaker trying to poke holes on, trying to get some free damage off onto the side of PSU Blue, considering that they cannot reach it so easily.
Penn State now on the other side, on the receiving end of the dominant pushes here, as OU currently holds on strong. 3 players down already for Penn State. Oklahoma only has Snow to look forward to, but there's nobody on tower to get themselves to that second checkpoint. They do get past that first checkpoint though, so it's going to be good. Destructo there gets a quick pick with that blaster, might make it too. Where Snow is currently having to deal with Kibi and Destructo. Snow actually takes out Kibi. Destructo cleans that up. They've gotten past checkpoint 2, making this much easier for OU as they get themselves actually closer to checkpoint 3. Imperial holds on strong. Kibi now able to bring some help. They can make it to they might be able to make it to checkpoint 3. No one's able to stop Kibi yet as they get to 20 remaining. Huge help needed for OU.
Oh yeah, huge play from Destructo. They're probably going to put that in their Splatoon 3 montage sometime soon. And as we see, PSU starting to push, but Jay gets caught by an unfortunate bomb that he did not see. We see 3 down on side of OU Academy A, but here we see Kibi with their Zuka on the deck. They could use it at the checkpoint, and that's poor, helpless Vapor desperately trying to dance around it. As we see, Jay is helping Vapor avoid the Zuka by pressuring Kibi, and it looks like they do get a trade. 2 goes down on the side of PSU Blue. That's not what you want to see. Vapor is currently being pressed by a range blaster, and he's the only one left. Although he took him out, he's getting pushed by a dually, and that was just a little bit too much. Great double from Imperior.
I remember playing against OU Academy A at the Heartland Showdown LAN. Imperior is definitely something PSU, or definitely a player PSU wants to be looking out for, as Imperior is just able to do so well once you get him going. I mean, just as we saw there, Imperior was able to make quick work of some of the players on PSU Blue. As we see Destructo there trying to make a move on Jay with the roller. Jay, though, able to respond. Both players going down, though. Penn State still struggling here to get themselves on the right foot. Oklahoma, and it's almost a complete turn of the tides here, as Oklahoma seems to be having PSU's number in this game. Even when this was Penn State's, according to the stats, this was Penn State's best mode here. So currently, OU looking very strong here. They've gone to 2 players down, though. 3 players. That's a delayed triple for Penn State as they look to get things going once again.
Yeah, we see Nova in OU Academy A Street right now. Jay goes down, I believe, on the other side. We see a grab from Imperior, and we see Nova trying to desperately get him, and they do, and it looks like 2 are down on each side, and Kibi with that Zuka is just trying to find Vapor, but Jay finds them first. We see Jay just helping Vapor out, you know, being the man who is able to provide that short range distance, close the gap between PSU and OU Academy A, and just wreak some havoc. Jay finds one, but it doesn't really matter when 2 are down on the side of PSU Blue.
Yeah, that's going to slow things down for them. They don't have the numbers to continue this push, but Jay might be able to change that. Kibi goes down to the roller there, so at least help things out for Penn State, at least get them back, give them some breathing room here as they try to get things going once again. We see Jay on the court area there. That's going to be a good spot for Jade, as we can leave them to watch all the ledges there. But so far, so good for Penn State, though, although they are looking at a sea of blue here. OU is going to start taking advantage of that sea of blue. Kibi right in front of the tower, going to try to challenge it. So far, contesting it. and actually goes up to 35 remaining. So far, both teams trading picks at the tower. Snow and Imperior having to do a little 1v1 there to try to contest that tower. Vapor tries to go down, provide some help, goes down immediately. Jay able to provide a double there. Huge push for a huge opportunity for Penn State to keep things going. Snow still holding on to the tower, going to be forced to hop right out. 3 seconds left on the clock. This game is going to be going into overtime.
Yeah, but 2 are down on the side of PSU Blue. The last one is oh my goodness! It looks like PSU Blue might take the lead. Unfortunately, if Kibi stops them, if Hypnova can stay on the tower for long enough, they're able to clean it, and PSU Blue takes it! Oh my goodness! PSU Blue takes home, is up 4-0 now. If you're OU Academy A, that has got to be the most devastating game that they have played so far in this entire set.
No, those are always the harshest losses to take. I mean, you're going into overtime thinking, okay, we've got 20 remaining on the board here. This is an easy game for us if we just maintain ourselves, keep steady, hold on, just take control here. Let's keep ourselves comfortable. But so far, Penn State has been proven to come in clutch time and time again. We saw it in Clam Blitz on Museum. We saw it here in Game 4, and now, even though OU had their number for the majority of the match, Penn State is match point. They are 1 game away from moving on to the semifinals. That has got to be huge if you're Penn State, and if you're OU, one thing I gotta hope for is that you just aren't overthinking yourselves. This is still within your reach.
It totally is. You know, they had that Clamblitz Museum game and they had that last game on lock, but unfortunately, some slip-ups, some mistakes happen that you can't really let manifest in your head. You can't let that sit in there because you need to move on to this game on Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track. I think definitely you just need to watch out for some really good Kraken writing on the side of PSU Blue if if they decide to go that route. But no, it appears that Nikki has not subbed in, so we will not see a Kraken, but we will see a bucket on the side of Kibi. I'm excited to see how they play that one out.
Nice little bucket there from Kibi. I mean, they're using the V slosher here to at least keep the tri strikes with them, so that will at least provide them a similar special to what they've been using. The slosher there is just because it seems to be one of the more favorable weapons, but not quite favorable enough. OU going 3 players down right off the gate. 60 remaining for Penn State as they clear the first checkpoint, but they do have 2 players going down. Currently, Vapor looking at a 3v1 if they can get themselves close enough to it, but they do get 2 players down with the Rainmaker. I mean, that is huge for a push that almost looked doomed there, and it might still look doomed as we see OU still able to get some picks, try to soften the blow here, unless Penn State is able to pick up that Rainmaker again.
There is no softening right now, and it looks like it's a delayed wipe on the side of OU Academy A. PSU Blue is just running with this thing. Nova getting the Rainmaker down to 28 on the side of PSU Blue. Who is that up there? Is that Snow? Snow was able to find Nor on the side of OU Academy A, and he is just still in their base. Oh my goodness! And it looks like PSU Blue is just pushing the Rainmaker, and they're gonna KO it. That was wow. PSU Blue just takes it 5-0, and they are advancing to the semifinals, signed, sealed, and delivered. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I don't want to sound cliche here, but for a team that is playing in the middle of a possible tornado warning, that is a gutsy move from OU, and I gotta respect them for still showing up, but my goodness, Penn State, no mercy on their side, because let's see, Splat Zones on Robo Ramen, that was 100 to KO. And then we see a Rainmaker Hubback, that's also 100 to KO. And then the rest of the games we'll let OU get this huge lead, but watch out in overtime because we're going to come back and steal it. But my goodness, this is no mercy from Penn State as they win this set 5-0, getting themselves onward to the semifinals.
Yeah, gotta give credit where credit's due, but I'm also gonna give some credit to OU Academy A. You know, like you said, playing during a tornado warning is not really something I had in my CCA bingo card, but having to play in a tornado warning and also just going toe to toe with probably one of the people's favorites team to win the entirety of CCA Division 1 PSU Blue. Although it says 5-0, it really didn't really feel like a 5-0. Some of those games were really, really close, like that Clan Blitz Museum game and that TC Manta game, but unfortunately PSU Blue was just able to just really calm themselves, calm their nerves, and just be the better team at the end of the game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is another example of the score doesn't tell the whole story. I mean, this is 5-0, but we can't forget that most of the wins Penn State got in this game were in overtime. I mean, if OU holds on strong, keeps themselves composed, we could be looking at potentially 3-2, 2-3 here, somewhere around these lines. This is still as close of a matchup as you can get, but ultimately it's going to be Penn State that takes this set. We're gonna wait for tomorrow to see who they will be facing off, as they'll be facing off the winner between Red Embers and CSULB Gold, both teams that are also strong candidates for the CCA Div 1 trophy. But so far, the night is going to be going to Penn State. OU still providing a hefty matchup here. I mean, I don't know. This is I don't know if I trust 5-0 here. If I'm Red Embers or CSULB Gold watching this, I don't know if I trust 5-0 here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be trusting that score either, but as we are getting ready, I believe both teams agreed to do a play all 9, but it is currently in the talks of whether or not we will carry through with this, because there is a tornado warning on the side of OU Academy A, and it looks like, for the safety of OU Academy A, they are not going through with the play all 9. Completely understandable. Safety comes first for the Splatoon game. But I mean, either way, it was just a really fun set to watch.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt there. That is a great matchup to watch, and I think with 5 games, we have plenty. So, Oklahoma, make sure y'all stay safe. Make sure y'all are staying nice and comfortable over there. But as for this matchup, that's going to be it for us. Penn State, once again, clearing this one with almost making it look. No, not actually. You know what? No, that's wrong. They didn't make it look easy. They made it look easy in overtime. OU still had. I want to say OU still had it close here, but at the end of the day, Penn State's going to be the team moving on. But I believe as for us, that's going to be it as we get ready for this next matchup that's going to be heading your way, which is going to be. And let me make sure I'm not mistaken here. That's going to be the NCCS Llamas versus Coyotes Blue. That's going to be here on YouTube. On the side of Twitch, that's going to be Goomies versus Bash in a Div 3 playoff set.
Very, very excited. Very, very interested to see how those matches go. But unfortunately, it is our time to leave the commentator booth. Even though I have super glued my butt to this seat, it appears that CCA does not care, and they are going to call the police on me if I stay here any longer. Nito, where can the people find you?
Alright, you can find me at Nito Unused on just about most social media platforms that the community favors. We've got Twitter, we've got Blue Sky, and we've also got Twitch on the rare occasion that I do stream. And if you want to find me elsewhere, I'm going to be finding some dinner somewhere. Where can the people of YouTube now find you?
Oh, I get it. So, I mean, I don't tweet. I don't really use my Twitter account, but you can follow my team Twitter at best SPL map mode, Triggerfish Zone Supremacy, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Sure.
So
We'll discuss this outside of the stream, but go on.
yeah, but I think it is our time to go, and stay tuned, everybody. Do not leave just yet. We have one more match for you on the YouTube side.